Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm in the car again. And in the words of Marvel vs. Capcom, I'm going to take you for a ride. Okay, I better get started. So, let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Because, straight up, my low is, yeah, I am going to call this my low. And it's really going to be the focus of today's video. But, sorry, I had to turn the windshield wipers. It rained last night. Which... Oh, dude! A fire truck just drove by. I can't, I don't want to... Here's the thing, I could have shown the fire truck just now, but, I didn't want to show where I am, so, you gotta be careful about that sort of thing. So, just take my word for it, it was, in fact, a fire truck. Elmira FD, some of Elmira's very bravest. There you go. So, I'll do my high and my act of kindness. For sure, my high was the fact I was with my mom and my dad last night. At the end of the day, family really is most important. And, I got to, especially since, again, my mom is still recovering from knee surgery, so she really couldn't go up to the lake at all this weekend. Like, she's been home pretty much the entire time. Yesterday was the first time I had seen her in about 3 days. Yeah, so it had been a good while. And my act of kindness was I emptied the dehumidifier for my old man, and I also helped prepare dinner last night. Thanks to help from my family, we have like a whole bunch of leftovers, and last night we had a leftover chicken noodle soup. It was very good. So regarding my low, full disclosure, there was an event that I did hear about weeks ago, and said event was last night, and I missed it. And out of context, yeah, that should be my low. In context, however, I'm kind of mixed, simply because, okay, well, I should probably tell you what the event was first. Basically, Seneca Legacy used to do these like teen night cruises at Watkins Glen on Seneca Lake, and like well over, I think maybe even a month ago, they like I said, for one night only, we're gonna bring it back, and we're gonna do it on August 14th, which was yesterday. Now, at first, I was about half and half on whether or not I wanted to go. Largely because, again, there's like a few things that, it would have been hard for me to go, is what it was. But here's the thing. Now that I know I missed it, I'm kind of annoyed that I did, but the reason why I didn't go is not remotely my fault. Remember I told you that, at least a month ago, they mentioned that this cruise was going to happen, right? After I saw it, it really was as if, the promotions for that event just vanished. All of my, unless you were keeping up with, you had to be on Facebook, 23 out of 24 hours in a day to even know what was going on. And I remember when they promoted the event, there was no link for ticket sales or how much tickets were or what the proper attire would be. If you're going to go on a cruise, you want to dress nice, right? So even if for whatever reason I wound up wanting to go last night, I had no idea. Well, I knew where it was at least. Just I don't know how much tickets were, and I had nothing to wear potentially. Don't get me wrong, I have nice clothes, but having nice clothes doesn't do you any good if you don't know what proper nice clothes to wear for something like this, right? So already I had that going against me. And I remember thinking about this when they promoted the event, right? Because they said it was going to be August 14th, and August 14th was yesterday. Yesterday was a Monday. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, Monday is not a very good day for something like this. It just isn't. I mean, we're just getting over the weekend. You know, we got to go back to the old grind because that's usually what Mondays are for. You know, there's a reason why Garfield doesn't like Mondays. You know, you got to go back to work. Obviously, you got to go back to work the next day. I mean, quite literally any other day of the week would have been better. Today would have been a better day to do it, actually. I mean, yeah, you got to go back into work the next day, but at least, you know, at this point, you would have probably found yourself into like a bit of a rhythm or a routine. Because that's usually because at least for me, that's always how it was. Like, yeah, like that, like, let's say, like, for the sake of argument, I was in school. And obviously Monday I have to go to school. Like, that first, like, initial couple hours in that Monday, yeah, I'd hate that. But by, like, the end of the day, I'd be like, okay, I'm in a rhythm, I'm in a groove, I can handle the rest of the week. I can pretty much handle the rest of the week. With having a major event like going to, like, a cruise for, like, one night, it could potentially throw people off, and I'll tell you why. At least for me, it was all the way in Watkins Glen, guys. And Watkins Glen is a bit of a trek for me. Granted, going to Qutie Lake is a little bit farther. However, you know, once I'm up at Qutie Lake, I usually have at least one full day, you know, to feel good, you know, to get ready. Bare minimum, I have like a solid 8 hours of sleep, you know, to help me relax and be where I'm at. I mean, provided like you're not me and, you know, you can immediately relax when you're there. Actually, come to think of it, even when I first get to Qutie Lake, I can't entirely relax. You know, I gotta do stuff like water the flowers and stuff. So, that's for a weekend. A weekday, I don't have like a day off the next day to fall back on. This cruise was like from like maybe 5:30 to 9:30 or something like that. Meaning I would have to leave my family shop bare minimum at like 3:30. Go back all the way to my apartment at back in Elmira. Shower, dress a lot better than my work attire, and then drive like 45 minutes to an hour just to get to where the boat was taking off. And you know, obviously if I was at the cruise, I would have enjoyed myself, obviously. But after that, you know, I would have to, because here's the thing, knowing me, I would not be getting any dinner before I went. You know, I would have focused on getting there and then having a good time. And hopefully they would have food on the cruise. I would hope they have food on the cruise. So, I could, like, if they don't have food on this cruise, there's no dinner for me. So that's another risk factor right there. By the way, it probably seems as if I'm trying to rationalize why I didn't go. Maybe, but at the end of the day, I really am glad I didn't. Where was I? So, let's say the cruise got out, like, at the earliest 9. That's like 45 minutes to an hour I have to drive back. Provided I don't need to get myself any dinner either. Only to, you know, drive home. Like, seriously, full disclosure, whenever I do car videos, it's because I'm late to the stuff I have to do for the day. And I'm doing that right now, and I didn't go on the cruise. You can only imagine. Also, finally, like, the one thing about yesterday that doesn't make me feel so bad that I missed the cruise was it rained last night here. I mean, I had seen the boat because, you know, people are posting on, like, social media and stuff. Like, it's not like it's like a big open wide barge for people to, you know, party. It's not like it's like an aircraft carrier type thing. You know, it's a small, nice, decent sized, you know, big cruise boat for a lake. You know, with a roof over, you know, there's a roof on top of it and stuff like that. So even if it were to rain, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how, if it rained in the city of Watkins Glen, but it definitely rained here. And come on, you don't want to be at the lake in the rain. No one likes that. I mean, I personally don't have as much of a distaste for it as most people do. I mean, you guys, actually, that's what the sky looks like right now. Full disclosure, like, I like being up at Qutie Lake when the sky is like this. But that's when it's just like this. I mean, you can have a sky like this and have a nice day, provided that it doesn't rain. You can actually get sunburned with the sky like this, actually. So, kids, remember to put on sunscreen. Actually, everyone remember to put on sunscreen. So, to go on a cruise on a day where you really are risking to get rained on, it just doesn't really sound very appealing to me. And again, I mentioned Monday. Come on, no one's going to want to do it on a Monday. I think that's what the people behind this event were planning on. Like, they said one day only, like, for one day only, you know, we're going to do this. And normally I really would not entirely be convinced, quite simply because the last time I saw an event was being promoted as one night only was when the illegal tap house first opened their upstairs patio, their upstairs outdoor patio, I mean. And they said it was going to be for one night only. And I was not entirely convinced at all by that. Because, you know, it was like the first 80-degree day of 2023. It was a beautiful day outside. A lot of people already love going to the illegal tap house. So, of course, they're going to want to come see this. And sure enough, I was right. They've had, like, a whole bunch of outdoor events on that patio. And, you know, the illegal tap house has only become more successful from it. The people behind this cruise, I'm 100% sure they were betting on, like, making it so, yeah, we're doing it one night only, for a reason. I mean, they couldn't have predicted the weather, but, like, the day of the week, the fact that people are probably traveling all the way from, like, Horseheads or Elmira or even Corning just to go on this cruise, having them leave late and, you know, be late the next day, and some people just don't want to risk that. And again, even though they didn't plan the weather is always going to be a factor. It really is like a whole lot of things you would have to get around to be able to go. And actually, one more thing. I mentioned lack of promotion. I mean, again, it was like a month ago I saw this event was happening, and I had no idea the event was going on until it was already going on last night. Again, there's a whole lot of things a person would have to get around just to be able to go. And if I see an event like the one last night, and I'm not entirely fond of the date, and I have no other information about getting a ticket or, you know, what I have to dress up as or whatever, or, by the way, if it looks something I look on the camera, I gotta keep my eyes on the road, so forgive me. It's a whole lot of things you gotta get around just to be able to go. And now, granted, with proper planning and strategizing, yeah, I could. But without having this event be promoted as such, it was just saying it was happening on Facebook, but there was no major event saying that was happening on Facebook. Because, you know, on Facebook you have like, an events tab, like a potential local events going on that you're going to go to. And Facebook had none of that. So, am I a bit bummed that, you know, I missed going on this cruise? Yeah, a little bit. Is it a missed opportunity? Sure, I guess I could call it that. But considering, like, all the factors that were into play regarding the fact I didn't go last night, or the factors that would have been into play had I gone, I'm bummed I missed it. I'm not entirely going to lose any sleep over this. No way. I mean, they said it was one night only. Again, maybe it will be, but a part of me isn't convinced about that. I mean, from what I saw, it looked like there was a lot of people. So, I could totally see a scenario where it happens again, and probably a lot sooner than you think. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep doing it until the weather starts getting cold again. Which, technically, it kind of is. So, yeah, they really wanted to make this... They really wanted to make sure they never do this again. I don't know. Because, I mean, last night was the first time they were doing it in years. And and a lot of it has to do with the fact we just got out of the pandemic. I mean, you can argue that we're still in the pandemic. So, yeah, I'm not mad. A bit bummed. And, you know, maybe I wish I paid attention to things like that a little bit more. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over this. I mean, if anyone in the 607, you know, Watkins Glen, Horseheads, Elmira Corning, any of you guys went on that cruise, I hope y'all had a good time. You know, it looked like y'all had a good time from what I saw on social media. So, I'm glad for you. And as for me, listen, I'm sure there's going to be more events like that. And if there are, you know, I'm definitely going. You know, I missed this opportunity. It's not the end of the world if I miss it. You know, go to another one. In fact, there's actually a couple events coming up in the next few weeks that I definitely am going to. One I only just heard about the other day, and that's this upcoming Saturday. And luckily for me, my brother wants to celebrate my nephew's birthday here in the city of Corning. So, I really won't need to worry about going to the lake. I can just go to the event after the party. So, yeah. I'm doing okay. I hope you all like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys watching today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I almost say Wednesday, it's Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I was going to be here to lend you. I was right back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.